Good morning. Hello, David.
Hello, Tim. Hello, everybody. How are you all this morning?
Good, good. Navigating August, as I'm sure everybody is out there. So,
What a time, honestly.
mm,
Honestly, I have to admit, I normally love the period between solstice and Lionsgate. As turbulent as it is, I love
mm.
it. I have to admit, this one is intense. This is a whole nother level.
we've got takes a deep breath. We've got some different stuff going on at the moment, haven't we?
We have,
I
yeah.
think July was incredibly. It was the month of surprise. In fact, I'm going to call it July 2023 was the month of surprises, and
I
it's
like that.
also a month where I think many of us are going to notice, if we haven't seen it quite clearly already, that there's been a considerable change in the format of the energy that we are using, and the only way to describe it is the building construction that we have around us. So I'm going to try and break this down a little bit without giving too much away of what we're going to be working with on the Lionsgate, because that's where we're coming together soon, David, aren't we? We've got the
We
Lionsgate
are indeed. Yeah, I've got
days
three
time.
days. 3 days.
3
This one is
days.
flying by.
It is. So on Tuesday at 7 o'clock UK time, David and I will be coming together for a powerful Lionsgate transmission, but
Guaranteed.
guaranteed. But we are all, not just David and I, all of us, you, everybody else working in the spiritual field, are now playing with a very different platform of energy. We're building something different. The energies have come in on such a major level during July. And David and I were just discussing this before we went live and began
Mm.
recording, is that it's almost as if, and I'm feeling this so strongly, that the Lionsgate energy has already been implemented into something, a vast construction, of light energy, a fifth dimensional building, so to speak, that we are all contributing to. So, whereas the previous years and the previous Lionsgates that we've all participated in have been about anchoring and holding the energy, what we're doing this time is we're actually now actively participating in a building project. And that might feel very different to some people. It certainly feels different to me, feels different to you, David. And
For sure.
and sometimes the finer details or the greater details get a little bit swamped by the management of energy, having to manage our processes. It's hit us so intensely that we it's taking us time to kind of come out the other side of it, tune in and recalibrate at the frequency that we need to be working efficiently. So the 8th of the 8th is going to be about a deep dive recalibration, moving into the lion's core and beginning to actively and kind of constructively participate in this incredible project that's going on around us.
It's always feeling to me, and this is maybe hard to kind of perceive because of the world we're still seeing, but it's almost as if like the deconstruction phase of this project is kind of coming to an end now, and
Yeah.
we are moving into this new phase of construction,
Mm.
building the new way forward. And I say that's maybe hard to see because we're still facing so many problems from the
Mm.
old paradigm and everything like that. It's still running. But Tim, I know you've been talking about this for a number of years. In order to move from where we have been to where we are, we're not looking at basically a societal collapse where we have
No.
to start again and rebuild. We
Mm.
are looking at a smooth transition because, we started this process with the solstice where we are going through this mass wake up across this
Yeah.
planet. And, it doesn't mean that the people that are in charge in all aspects really of this planet at the moment aren't necessarily capable of doing things in a positive manner, but
Mm.
they have been as much of a victim of the system as we all have been.
Mm.
And as we move forward, we're not likely to see, I don't think, mass resignations and we're going to replace every single person in politics around the planet and, scrap all the energy companies and come up with new ones and stuff like that. It's not a case of throwing away the old, but it's the people that are in all of these positions, no matter And I'm going to read a message to you in a
Mm.
minute, actually, because it's kind of pointing into this that I received this morning. No matter the position of what they've been doing up to now, they are all going through this process.
Yeah.
Everyone is waking up, and they are just going to have, it's going to be a step change where we go, okay, we've been doing all this time. I've got all of this knowledge and all of this experience that I've learned from doing this, but we're going to do it in a new way, and we're going to do it better. And then we build the construction from there with the foundation that we've already got.
Absolutely. It's this is one of the questions that has, it's one of the things that concerns people the most, isn't it, David? It's like, what
Absolutely.
happens? We're very much ingrained with the experiences that we've had in previous incarnations of what goes through the mind of a human soul when society collapses around them. You get burnt, you get flooded, you get iced over, you get blown up. They're, generally speaking, they're pretty traumatizing. But now, we're not in that. We no longer exist. We're no longer participating in the 3D school. That's a very, very important thing to remember. So the way that things are done now are done at a higher level. They're not done in the way that they were previously. We're operating upon a higher frequency gold print. So the way that we do things, the way that we change the structure around us, is by taking what works and making it work better. And yes, we will have to lose some facets of the current construction because they are working against the laws of the universe. Basically, they have been done in a way to siphon energy, to contain and entrap souls. Now they will have to go, and there's no two ways about it, and we won't be sorry when they do. But the things that constitute the existence and the construction of a working society, they will continue to work after some readjustments, but at a higher level. So that's all down to us to hold the frequency as high as possible to ensure that the transition of that occurs smoothly and gracefully. So there was once upon a time the potential for the good old fashioned way of doing it, collapse it, burn it, ice it over, blow it up kind of thing. That the old fashioned way of doing it. And it was decided by the Intergalactic Council that no, we weren't going to participate. We had no need to do that again. We've learned that lesson. So what we can do is learn the lesson of the smooth transition to use this incredible focus that we all have to build as enlightened masters. What better way to kind of get your graduation is to actually participate in this incredible project. So that's what we're doing at the moment. This is well and truly underway. It's not something that's happening down the road. We are participating in that now.
And I think in some respects, for a long time, a lot of us have felt like it's us versus them, and the structures that we've had on this planet have been the enemy almost, and we want to bring about that change so much. It's almost as if we want these things to fall apart.
Yeah.
But, we kind of need to change, look at this in a positive manner and just go, okay, we've got all these fantastic foundations for these things. They're not working the way that they want them to, but how can we improve it? How can we move forward? How can we make them work for the people instead of against the people? Just, Tim, if you don't mind, I'm just going to read this message that I
Oh, please do. It's just close your eyes, everyone, and just tune into your heart center as David is reading this, because this is channeled directly from Melchizedek, and they're powerful words.
In the beginning, when all was quiet, there was only dark and only light. As time went on, and so many forgot their divine origins, the lines, as you would say, became blurred. On the mother planet, for instance, there is not a single soul who carries only one nor other. Each carries both within them. But it is important with all to recognize their light within, for at their core, that is who they are. Lifetimes of karma has established layers around the heart of the children of Adam, and this has created separation from their truth, but it shall never alter their truth. Remember this as you step through the great gateway, for much is about to change. Remember, everyone is worthy of your love, because at their core, they are love. You may see those among you who have walked the darkest paths. Once illuminated again, choose a new path, and these are the souls who will need you most. See their truth, see their suffering, and most importantly, see their love. Let your compassion be their guide as we work together to show them another way of being. And we all will walk together back home along the golden path. Yours in ever loving service, Melchizedek.
Thank you for bringing that through, and thank you to Melchizedek for the grace of his words. I think that's
Amen. Amen.
a beautiful energy to carry us into the Lion's Gate with.
That's it, and this echoes something I've been talking about a lot, because it's what's coming through from my personal journey is recognizing this God self within, recognizing the light of who we are, and the truth of that. And that's not just the case for us that are awake. It's not like something that we awake and this ignites within us. This is the very core of who we are. And without that light, we wouldn't exist. That's exactly what happens when we die. That light leaves the body, and this shell falls to the ground. It cannot exist without it. This is just a vehicle. The light is the core, and we all have that, even the people that we would consider to be the worst perpetrators for this planet. And they are being reattuned to that light. They are being reminded of their origins as we speak. The message that I received for the solstice this year was that everyone was being given this moment of clarity to see past their fears, to see their truth, see their light. And that was going to be the triggering moment that made them go, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
There's more here, we can do better than this. And they're still going to have to do the work. Don't get me wrong. They're not being given a free ride to the ascension process.
No.
But it's the changing moments. And that process started with the solstice, and it's still continuing now, and probably will do, a little bit beyond the Lion's Gate as well. We're going to see another big flash of energy from the Lion's Gate. Tim, you were talking before in our write-up for the workshop about the lights coming on. That's these lights. They've been dim, but they've been there, and they are going to increase in brightness. And we will see that happening very, very soon.
And that's something I think that we can all look forward to, because it will ultimately spell the complete finality of what has been going on since the fall of Atlantis. This repetition of the same souls in the same positions, creating the same scenarios that all of us have been going through incarnation after incarnation. Of course, everybody has to stand before the karmic table eventually, and that time is coming. So yeah. Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun on the 8th.
Oh God, yeah. And these, this big shift is why I think through July, so many of us have been feeling so much fear. And a lot of this comes down to what I like to think of as fear of 2012. I don't know, Tim, if you've faced this one, but it's a fear of our path. When 2012 happened, when the ascension process started and we shifted into the 4D vibration, our lives as we knew it changed. And it was like in that exact moment that we were called back to service, that our path to what we are going to be doing moving forward was reignited or started there, depending on where we were in our journey. And for a lot of us, that's a scary thing. As much as we can, I mean, I will stand here and be completely honest with you. I have been desperate to receive certain information back, certain things that I know have been held away to me to this point, to really step into my full, strength and stuff and move forward with this. And I've been desperate for ages. Yet I'm still terrified of it. It's perfectly natural to feel those things. And that's why so many of us are feeling that at the moment, because we are about to see this step change.
Yeah, it's the really real show. It's we're not talking
really
about that anymore. We're doing it, aren't we? So.
Yeah, exactly. For a long time, for years, we were talking about these things, and it was easy for people to dismiss what the process that's been happening on this planet, because we weren't seeing any of it.
No.
But it's here. It's all around us now. The signs are so visible.
Yeah.
It's,
Yes, and they will become more visible as time
that's
goes
it.
on. It's the great revelation has been in full march for quite a while now. So
I love that. I
yeah.
love that. Yeah, the new
Oh,
construction is beginning. I just look forward to when we have that little bow to cut with the big scissors.
yeah, yeah, and the champagne that never smashes against the ship
Yeah,
properly.
that's the
You
one.
throw it
Yeah,
a few times. It'll be yeah.
yeah,
Look forward to that.
absolutely. It's coming.
Brilliant. Well,
So,
we are very excited to be getting together and presenting this on the 8th. So we hope you can join us wherever you are in the world and however you are choosing to celebrate. We will be starting at 7 p.m. UK time and diving in deep.
that's it. We'll pop all of the descriptions for the event down below and stuff like that. If you feel drawn to check it out, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah. So from our hearts to yours, much love, and we will see you
Lots
soon.
and lots of love. Can't wait to see you soon.
Bye
Bye.
for now. Bye.